Hello Darts Nuts. What I'm going to do here is a review of a set of some custom darts that I had made. Got these from Madhouse Darts. They also have the specific website where you can get your darts made, called custommadedarts.com, and the darts can be made from 80%, 90% and 95% tungsten. All you have to do is just send in your idea. You can send it on a piece of paper, or you can do it on any scrap of paper as long as you put some details and information about it. And the darts come with this little bar wallet, and you got some flights and point protector and some shafts. These are actually 23.65 gram, but I did ask for around about 23 gram. I wasn't too specific on the weight, around 23 gram. Now this design that I've done is a slightly shorter in length than what I normally prefer, so I wanted to try something a little bit smaller. And like I say, you can do any design on a piece of paper. This is the design that I drew, and this is how they actually came out. So considering I'm crappy drawer, they came out right. Now I'm joking. No, that wasn't my design, obviously. This is the drawing that I did, and all I did was I just drew it on a piece of paper. I just done with a pen and a ruler, and I just done like a rough idea of what I wanted, and then I just specified some sections of the grip with the measurements, and give the length of the dart, how wide I wanted it, just some ideas of what I wanted. And basically, if you describe it well enough, and if Tony can make it, then he'll pretty much make it exactly how you want. And how he's made the dart is come out exactly how I wanted it, so that's pretty good, and they are very nicely made. Now, because I'm a front gripper, I wanted the grip at the front, and I wanted the dart a little bit shorter because I wanted it to be closer to my grip, so the balance was nearer to me. And the front section is a little bit wider, and then when it gets to a certain point, then it tapers off towards the end of the shaft. And I also wanted the mini shark grip as the main grip because I'm quite fond of that style of grip. My favourite grip before used to be micro grip, but since I first got a dart with the mini shark grip on, I think that's become my favourite kind of grip now. I think it just lasts a bit longer than the micro grip. But anyway, that's what my drawing was, and this is how the dart's turned out. I think he's done a really nice job of the dart. It looks exactly how it was on my drawing, and I'm quite impressed with these, to be honest. But I'll show you a close-up of these now. Right then, here's the close look at the custom set I've got made. I haven't given them a name yet. I haven't really thought of a name, but I'll probably try and think of one. And they're fitted with a black coated point, which is a fairly short point. And what they've got, well, I can get in focus, at the front, it's a rounded ball nose, and I wanted that similar kind of grip to be incorporated as the one that I have on my Talisman darts. It's kind of like a normal shark grip with a reverse shark grip on the top, but then the main grip that I have here, I wanted this to be actually slightly thinner, so this part of the barrel is a bit wider and then this part goes thinner, so it's almost like my grip is sitting in a square, kind of a flat scallop shape. So every time I pick the dart up, I'll be able to feel exactly where my grip is, and I always try and get it to match the width of my grip. That's why I've done it there. The bulk of my grip is on that whole section there, and because it's slightly indented, there's a little bit of a ring there what I can push against. So, and the other thing was I wanted the dart to be shorter so that my grip would be closer to the balance point. So it being a front gripper, unless it's quite a thick tapered dart, quite often most of the darts the balance point is around the centre or just a little bit past it, depending how you set your dart up as well. But I wanted that section to taper to the shaft, so most of the weight was around or as close as possible to the grip section. And like I said, if you look closely, I can get in focus, it's got a very fine mini shark grip, which is kind of like micro grip, but probably just a little bit better for wear, because with the micro grip the rings are normally straight up so the edges catch it when they bang the dart, so it wires quicker, whereas this mini shark the edges are angled, so hopefully it should last longer. But that is basically the design, and it was kind of almost to be an experiment as well, because I wanted something a little bit shorter than the usual length that I throw, which is around about 48. So be interesting to see whether my ideas work, but I might have to play with the setup of the stems as well, see what suits them best, because I normally throw with a medium stem, but I think it's done a really nice job of these. So it's quite, as long as you can put up a design and describe it well enough, it doesn't have to be perfectly drawn. So you can always contact him by email or phone, tell him what you want, and as long as he can do it, he will, and then you'll have your own custom made set. So I'll put the detailed picture up now with all the measurements on. Here's the detailed look at the darts. It's got a 27mm black coated point. There's a short bull nose to the barrel, which is about 4mm, and then you've got these kind of inverted and normal type razor grip with the groove in the middle, which is about 3.8mm, and then there's a small ring, and then this micro razor style grip which is indented, and then at the end there's another small ring. The total length of that is 14mm, and then you've got another razor and inverted razor grip again, which is about 4mm, and then the rest of the barrel is smooth, which is about 20.2mm wide. The overall length is 46.1mm and the width is 6.7mm. Right then, I'll take some measurements along the barrel. Barrel length is 46.1mm, and that's what I wanted, 46mm. Now I'll go right on that bull nose first, give that a measure. That's 6.65. I'll just check with my drawing. Yeah, I think about 6.7 was about what I put, so it's pretty close to that. I'll measure that. It's kind of a grip there. Yeah, so it's very close to the measurement that I wanted. And yeah, 6.7 on that ring, so that is where it's the widest, which is kind of how I wanted it, because I wanted that middle section here where the micro grip is to be thinner, and it is 6.45. So I wanted it to be kind of indented, and then the smooth section on the rear I wanted it to start tapering, so it starts off at 6.68, and then around the middle 6.4, and then goes right down to 5.8 near the end of the barrel. Okay, I'll just compare the weight of the barrels, see how they match. That's 23.64. And that is 23.64. So perfectly matched set of barrels there, and the weight of the full setup as supplied is 25.24 grams. So very nicely made set of darts, perfectly matched. Right then, let's find the balance point. If my calculations are right, then it should be around that front section. So with nothing attached, the balance is just about there. So front weighted like I wanted it, and with the short stems on, it's obviously going to move. So it moves a little bit towards the middle, but it's still a front bias there. So it's still very close to where I'm going to be gripping it. So that's how I wanted it. So that's the close look at the custom made set. I can't remember if I mentioned the price. The cost £49.99 to get made, which is really good value for a custom made set, made to your own design. And I'll put the link up in the description for the website, the custommadedarts.com, or you can get them from Madhouse as well, but you're probably best checking out the custom made darts site, because that's the dedicated part for the custom made darts, and you can check out some of the pictures of previous jobs that have been done. So let's give them a throw and see how they go. I'm holding the dart exactly how I was saying before, right on that mini shark grip where it's indented, and the level of grip there is just right for me. It's not too aggressive, but there's something for me to push against when I'm throwing the dart. Also, with it being indented, I have that little lip there, like I said before. I think the dart is probably balanced just around about there, because obviously with it being front weighted, it's never going to be balanced right on my front grip, but I wanted it to be a shorter barrel so it could be as close as possible to my grip. So it's only a few millimeters away, maybe 3 millimeters away from where it's the proper balance point, but I'm using the short stems for now. I just wanted to see how it flew with the short stems, and at the moment it feels quite zippy. I know it's a shorter barrel, and with short stems on, it seems a little bit zippy through the air. Might be a little bit more floaty when I put some mediums on, so I'll try some mediums in a few minutes. But overall it's flying quite well. It's not doing anything iffy through the air, and with it being front weighted, it's suiting my grip quite well as it is, but may suit me even better when I put some mediums on. But for now I'm just going to have a few more throws from that grip. what I'll do now is I'm just going to put some medium stems on. Let's just have a go, see how they fly with medium stems. Okay, I've just switched to some medium stems. They're alright with the short stems on, but I just want to see whether the mediums are any better. Could be worse, but we'll see. I think with the medium stems on, it just adds a little extra bit of stability and a little bit of extra slowness in the flight, which seems to suit my throw a little bit better. Overall though, it's just nicely balanced for my front grip, and I would say the grip is in pretty much exactly the spot where I wanted it. Because I was kind of experimenting with the length to see whether I could get that balance point closer to my grip. Probably go a little bit shorter maybe. I didn't want to go too short, but it's pretty close to being well balanced there for that grip. I do quite like the feel of this little indentation though. It just means that as soon as I pick the barrel up I can feel it exactly where my grip is, and like I said, I've got that little bit of an edge there to push against, as well as the micro razor grip, so it's pretty much how I want it really. Like I say, if I was experimenting more, I may make the barrel a little bit shorter, may change a couple of other things, but the thing is we don't have the luxury of like pro players where they can just ask the machinist to take a couple of millimeters off or add a little bit of extra grip. We can only get these things done one at a time, and it can work out expensive obviously, but I wouldn't say it was too far away from how I wanted it, so I'm quite pleased with that really. It's turned out pretty close. I can't really think of anything that I would have added to it, like straight off. Maybe just change a couple of extra things, like I said. Possibly may have made this a little bit wider, but it's pretty good as it is. And I think the darts are flying nice with my loopy kind of a throw, so I'm quite pleased overall. I'll just have a few more throws and then see how it goes. Well, that's the custom darts from Madhouse Darts or custommadedarts.com, whichever one you want to get them from. I think it's a pretty interesting process to go through because, one, when you design your own dart, you can put your grip wherever you want, have whatever type of grip you prefer. Also, if you wanted to, you could just have a smooth barrel and just have one section where you want to grip, which is pretty much what I've done there. I don't need anything on the rear, but because I'm a front gripper, I also wanted it to be slightly wider at the front. But it's quite exciting as well, because you never know how it's going to turn out when you get the darts. But quite pleased with the way these have turned out. They suit my grip perfectly, and I would say the black balance is pretty much how I was expecting it to be. It flies nice and steady with that grip there. So overall, I'm very pleased with these. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.